Welcome to G's Kitchen. Today we are going to check out how to make a very famous recipe, butter chicken. Every time we go to an Indian restaurant, we always look forward for a butter chicken dish. So come, let's see how to make it at home and enjoy with your family and friends. I have kept all the ingredients. First, I have cut the chicken into small cubes like this. I have taken boneless chicken. If you want, you can add bones as well. Season this with little bit of salt. Since I have washed the chicken with turmeric powder, I am only adding salt and mix it well. Into a hot pan, I am adding little bit of butter and then little bit of oil together. You can add more butter instead. Let the butter melt. Keep it in a low flame, if not the butter might get smoked up. Once the butter is completely melted, add in the chicken pieces and fry. You don't have to deep fry them. Around 70% you can fry them. Just make sure the chicken is cooked from all sides. You can see the chicken is cooked halfway and it has slightly browned as well. At this point, remove the chicken. We need the chicken to be at this consistency because we want this recipe to be juicy. And also the chicken will be again cooked in the sauce. So this will be enough. It took me around 2 minutes. Once the chicken is cooked, I just switch off the flame and leave the oil to cool down a bit. Not too much, just 1 or 2 seconds. Now after 2 to 3 seconds, switch on the flame again. Keep it in low and go ahead and add the garam masala, bay leaf, cinnamon, cardamom and cloves. In goes a large onion, chopped. We are going to grind these ingredients, so it doesn't matter how you chop them. And around 2 green chilies. Now the onion has changed its color. At this point, add little bit of garlic and little bit of ginger, not too much. Onion and garlic has cooked well. At this point, add in the tomatoes. I have used 2 medium-sized tomatoes. Add in little bit of salt. And add in some red chili powder. If you have Kashmiri chili powder, you can go ahead and add in. It gives a nice color. Here comes the very important ingredient, cashew nuts. These are raw cashews. This is the ingredient which makes this recipe or dish very rich. So add at least quarter cup and cook well. Let the cashew nuts cook well, since if you don't cook them well, it gives a raw smell to the dish. Let's open it after 3 minutes. In between, I just opened and gave it a mix 2 times. So this has cooked completely for around 3 minutes. Cashews are cooked well. Now switch off the flame and let this cool down completely before we could grind this into a smooth paste. So I have added the masala in, and I have added around quarter cup of water just to make the process easier. Now I have grinded the paste, it's very smooth, so I am going to add back into the pan. If you find your batter is not so smooth and you still cannot grind it in the blender, use a sieve to sieve the batter before you add into the pan, because we want this recipe dish to be very smooth. Add a little bit water to wash the blender. Switch on the flame again. If you want to add color, you can add at this point. I'm going to add a little bit more red chili powder. And now add in the chicken. Let the chicken soak in this mixture and cook well. Check for salt at this point, and if you want to add more salt, you can add in. Close it and allow it to cook. If you don't have Kashmiri red chili powder, the color will be something like this. So if you want, you can go ahead and add in a little bit of color. I am adding a little bit of orange color today. Or if you have saffron, you can soak in milk and add a bit. After simmering for about 5 to 7 minutes, now our butter chicken is ready. Before switching it off, add some more butter. Switch off the flame and add around 2 tablespoons of cream. It also gives a rich flavor to this dish. And finally, I have got some kasturi methi, which is fenugreek leaves. Crush them in your hand and add that as well. Mix it around, and now our butter chicken is ready. Now the homemade butter chicken is ready. Make this at home and enjoy with your family and friends. Let me meet you with another interesting recipe. Thank you.